Randy Lee, War Eagle,
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Scott Blake. We'll be with you for the next hour, as always, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. 256-234-6221. That's our number here. Anything on your mind you'd like to discuss or questions, Scott can answer all your questions.
That's right.
So by all means, give us a call, let us know. Or you can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, that's Sports with a Z, and comment away. Also, you check us out on YouTube as well. Go and check out our YouTube page and subscribe to that. We would be very appreciative of that. Incredible game last night, Wake Forest and LSU in the College World Series. Now it's Florida and LSU, an all-SEC final. What a surprise.
That's right.
But we'll talk about that a little bit. Some anonymous SEC coaches at the line always puts out their annual SEC or college football preview, and these are always – some people find these annoying. Some people find them humorous. I always find them a little bit intriguing and sometimes funny. But this is just kind of to whet your appetite. They'll leak a few of these. And to go by the magazine, you get there are many more comments about these teams. So that's something that we'll look at today. But we'll kind of bounce around. It's Friday. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to talk about anything you'd like to talk about. The Lake Martin Auburn Club met on Wednesday night. That was a great success. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. Scott, I'll let you talk about that a little bit, you being a board member.
That's right. I am one of the that means you are a worker bee if you're a board member. It means you get voluntold to do a lot of stuff. But we had a great turnout. We sold out in a few days, 300 tickets. That included sponsors. We had 34 sponsors. And that's the most sponsors we've ever had, I think. And part of that, probably the big response was everybody found out that of the lineup we had of speakers. And, you can go to Auburn clubs all over the state of Alabama, all over the Southeast, all over the United States probably, and not have the lineup that we had there Wednesday night. We had the president of the university, Dr. Roberts, was there. He spoke. Of course, we had the basketball coach that everybody loves, Bruce Pearl. Coach Pearl was there, and he's been there the past 3 or 4 years. He's pretty much a stand-in now. He just comes and
Our coach.
He's our
As
coach.
he was introduced.
He's our coach. He's part of the family. And now we've welcomed into the family our new football coach, Hugh Freeze, and he was there. So we had basketball and football head coaches. Next year, if we can get them both there, I want to get Butch Thompson there at the same time. I think we'd have the baseball coach there. That would just be the trifecta, the hat trick, or whatever you're going to call it, But they both got up and
Cohen,
spoke.
let's just go ahead.
Yeah, get them all.
Yeah, get them all.
Yeah, get everybody in there. But we had a great time. Raised a lot of money for Auburn scholarships. The auction raised $52,500, and which is about $5,000 or $6,000 more than we did last year, which is a great night. And Lyndon, my daughter, thought it was because of her, because she was the auctioneer. But anyways, it's kind of a family affair. I had all my kids there and my wife. We were all there that night, and had a good time. But I just thought it was so great when Herb Winches gets up to interview the coaches. I think he might have asked 2 questions, and that was it. And he just turned them loose, and they if you weren't there, they were standing in front of the podium on the floor, and each had a microphone, and they just fed off of each other. They just went back and forth, and the people that were there had a great time. Good Auburn spirit. The cheerleaders were there. Albie was there. It was a great night. The rain held off because we had some things outside, and it was a 90% chance of rain. Brett and I were just thinking it was just going to be a washout, and but it turned out really well, and looking forward to next year. So, you know, it was a great night. Great night.
No question about it. I mean, I got to kind of, I looked at Brett. I told you know several weeks ago, probably I don't know, the beginning of June, and we were about to do the show one day, and I said, how do I get 2 tickets to the? He said, man, they're sold out. I said, what? I said, come on, man, you can sneak me in, right? I said, I won't even take up a seat. So he said, I'm on the board. I don't even have a ticket.
Yeah.
And then I have I had a friend, Justin Clayton. Thank you, Justin. That said that he had a couple of tickets.
That's right.
Because he was going to take some pictures, and he said, you know, hey, just come with me. So I snuck in at the last minute.
Yeah, Lyndon.
But it was a lot of fun.
It was. You know, the sponsors, they sold out quicker than the actual tickets did, and so we may have to look at a different venue. There's just not a lot of places to have a huge crowd like that, and to do what we do, to, you know, have the different booths set up, but it's a good event. I would venture to say that the Red Elephant Club can't top that one this year. I would just venture to say that.
I wonder how many speaking engagements there have ever, I mean, that since Hugh Freeze has been here, that Roberts, Pearl, and Freeze spoke. I would venture to say there probably hasn't been.
And think about Dr. Roberts. He's just like talking to me and you. He's just a great guy. I mean, he's an Auburn guy. You know, he came out of the School of Engineering. He was the dean of the School of Engineering, and he's just his wife was there, and I think Bruce called her out a couple of times, you know, and in his little talk, and so they just had a great time. It was a good night all around. We had to have it early this year. It was in June because normally we have it 1st of August, but that was the only night that Freeze could come because Coach Freeze is out. He's hustling.
Yeah.
He is hustling, still hustling. I mean, it's just amazing. He works all the time. They had to leave. They told us they may not be able to stay as long as he stayed because he had to get back on the phone or go do something, you know, and whatever he's doing right now to make Auburn football better. But I'm ready for, you know, I'm not ready for summer to be over, but I'm ready to watch him play.
Yeah, I am too for sure.
Yeah.
Just want to, I mean, I hit on phenomenal game last night. I don't know if you caught it. Wake Forest and LSU.
I did not. I've
Paul
seen the highlights.
Skeens and Rhett Lauder for Wake just went. I mean, it was. I don't think I've ever seen a college baseball game go into extra innings tied 0-0.
I know.
Funny enough, I mean the Braves and the Phillies went into extra innings tied 0-0.
That was
earlier
in the
today.
day. I watched the end of that one. Yeah.
But the fact that happened in 2 games like that. But I mean, even in the college game, you just don't ever see that.
No.
And Skeens pitching on 4 days rest, whereas he normally, you know, would have 5. But this is the major league rotation every 5th day. So this is what you're going to see out of him from now on. But phenomenal performance from him. 2 hits, 8 innings, no runs, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. But Lauder he was just as good. 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. And Dylan Cruz and Tommy White, they have 4 of LSU's 5 hits and a walk-off 2-run homer in the bottom of the 11th inning.
Wow.
From Tommy White. Just crazy.
The one highlight I saw was the little bloop hit or something in the first base. I can't think of his name.
Trey Morgan from LSU.
He came running down and just the guy was coming from third home and he flipped it. It was just a bang play and it was an amazing play.
Yeah, I mean that may have saved the game.
Oh, it did.
I mean, you know,
did.
so it was just
that was the play of the game basically up until they scored, I guess.
Now, what does LSU have? I mean, they got to turn around on Saturday and start the College World Series Finals against Florida. Florida's been at rest. I think the last time they played was Wednesday, and so they've kind of got their pitching lined up. They're well rested, and now here you go with LSU. Paul Skeens. I mean, you would think you're not going to see him in the finals. I mean, I guess if it got to a Monday game, he could go on 3 days rest. Maybe you bring, if you're ahead,
Yeah.
maybe you bring him in to close out the game for one inning or something.
Yeah.
But
Be tough.
it just, LSU just knows how to win
They
when
do.
it comes to Omaha. They've been doing it for a long time.
How did we beat them like we did? We
We-
swept them, didn't we?
Well, no, we won 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. That's right. Yeah, 2 out of 3.
It's hard to go on the road in the SEC anywhere you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
But that was about the time that Auburn,
We
and the
played
one game
well.
we lost was to Skeens.
You're right.
And that was a fairly close game, I think, if I
Mhm.
remember. But
Oh, it was.
yeah, that was about the time Auburn started to get hot. And, it was a very impressive series win for Auburn for sure.
That's right.
But yeah, in College World Series beginning on Saturday night at 6. That's going to be a lot of fun. And again, an all SEC final.
Let me read a comment here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jim Hardy, speaking of LSU, LSU just released that they vaccinated, I think he meant to say vacated, 37 wins from 2012-2015 due to a paid offensive lineman.
Yeah, Vidal Alexander,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And
that spell check got you, buddy. It says vaccinated, but I
With-
think it's vacated.
With all of the basketball, everything that went on with LSU basketball, and they got basically a slap on the wrist.
Oh, there's more to it. We'll have to read it.
Yeah, it was kind of, it is what it is. What you come to expect. Got to take our first break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Weiss with Weiss Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Weiss Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Weiss Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Weiss Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
Now at Glenn Smith and Opelika, GMC Sierra Crew Cabs discounted up to $10,500 off. GMC Terrains up to $4,750 off. And Buick Enclaves up to $5,000 off. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com. Plus, no payments for 120 days at Glenn Smith Buick GMC.
Over 250 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Scott here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's program. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center. They can beat the big box store. Also, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job too big, no job too small for J.A. Smith. For all your excavation and construction needs, 334-531-0199. Also, Central Alabama Community College. I am alumni there. I went to school there a couple of years. Great place to get an education. They got a campus here in Alexander City. Got one in Sylacauga, one in Talladega, and one in Prattville. Central Alabama Community College. We'll go back and take a look at some of these.
My diploma says Alexander City State Junior College.
Is that right?
Yeah, 1986.
There you go.
Back in reading Jim's post on here, the word vaccinated threw me off. Under the spell check got him. But anyway, they vacated 37 wins from 2012 to 2015 due to a paid offensive lineman that played in 50 games in his 4 years at LSU, and his father received $180,000 from the Lady of the Lake Foundation, wherever that is, and all during Les Miles' era while he was there. But that's what Jim Hardy has written in here.
Is there anything more worthless than vacated wins?
No.
I mean, look, I get. I mean, Les Miles. I don't even know if he's done coaching probably.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, do you think people really care? I mean, looking back on his record 100 years from now, which nobody will probably, but you say, well, I mean, okay, that there'll be a little addendum there that say, yeah, but he had to vacate these wins. Did LSU win the games? Of course they did. Is that what people remember? I mean, I don't even understand the point.
I'm sure we'd probably get a couple of wins out of this.
No. We don't get the win.
I know, but I mean,
it's just that they,
on paper, but who wants them that way? You don't want them that way. Yeah.
It's just they vacate the wins. We still have to have the losses. So how's that work?
Exactly.
They take the loss off our record if you really want to go the extra mile there. But
that's right.
Yeah, well, I mean, Will Wade, having moved on from LSU, he gets a 2-year show cause, I think. He's at McNeese State now, I think. He has to have a 10-game suspension to start the year. But, I think a lot of the penalties for LSU basketball are, they've already happened. Yeah. So it's kind of all of that happened. And it's just like a little blurb now on the bottom, on the ticker at ESPN. Nobody cares.
Yep. Done, over with, move on.
That's just kind of the way it is.
We have NIL now. We don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Although still illegal to buy high school recruits. I keep saying that. Everybody says, no, really? It doesn't seem that way. Yeah, it doesn't, but still technically illegal. All right. anonymous SEC coaches making some statements here about other programs. This is what one anonymous SEC coach had to say. Could be an assistant, could be a head coach, about your Auburn Tigers, Scott.
I'm listening.
It's going to be another weird year. They're getting a boost from Hugh coming back in the SEC and just not being Brian Harsin. For all of Freeze's problems, he can manage an SEC culture 1,000 times better than Harsin. They're starting over, but it's Auburn. So they have a good running. They have good running backs. After that, they're pretty mediocre. This is a messy-looking roster compared to the top half of the league.
That's right where we want to be. I mean, that's where we want to be. When we're at the bottom, we always play better. So we may have a great year.
Yeah, I don't know what another weird year. What would be? Where are the weird years before? I guess you know.
Is he saying another weird year for us or for the SEC?
I think weird year for Auburn. Now, I would say that 2013 was a weird year, coming back off a terrible 2012. But I don't know if that's the thinking here, that you can't really gauge Auburn, because as soon as you count them out, that's when they're the most dangerous.
Well, you take about 3 plays out of that season, and it's a totally different year.
That's for sure. That's true as well.
Yeah.
I love the fact that, basically, he just as long as it's not Brian Harsin,
right?
People feel better about it. So,
right.
Do you feel like we're starting over from scratch here?
I don't think so. We got, we're Auburn.
There's some nucleus there.
Yeah.
I think, and I'm not sure how much this person is taking into account the transfer portal. That, for normal, in a normal situation, people bring in from the transfer portal a lot of guys that are unheralded. Maybe they started their career somewhere else and it didn't work out.
Right.
They weren't that successful. Auburn has brought in guys that have upped the talent level significantly, especially on the offensive line.
They got proof on paper. They got stats to back up what they've done.
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing. Now, here I just thought I took this. They had some blurbs from every team in the SEC, but I just went and looked at Auburn's opponents this year as well. Here's a quick one from Texas A&M. The Petrino experiment, that'd be Bobby Petrino, at OC, is absolutely a must-watch in the coaching community. We're all dying to see how those two dudes work together or not. Chimbo told all of the candidates for the OC job they'd actually be doing the play calling. So let's see if he holds to that and not try to manage the book.
This is probably wrong, but did he pull up on his motorcycle?
It's a good question. Up against another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
LMG Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dayville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 for Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction, with 19 years experience, is your trusted choice for construction. Site clearing and grading for new home construction, basement excavation, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 334-531-0199 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Scott here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We were talking about Texas A&M. One of the anonymous coaches talking about the Bobby Petrino experiment there. That is fascinating. I wonder how that's going to work out. It could be really good. Bobby, look, for all of his many sins, and there are many, Petrino is an excellent offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he is.
You were talking about his time at Auburn. He was only there for 1 year, but he got it going pretty good in 2002. We were one game away from winning the West, and a freak, a fourth and forever against Georgia, and David Green just lofts up a pass, and they end up winning it. But nonetheless, Auburn was in a good position, and I always thought he was really good at what he did. So we'll see what happens there. Can those two coexist? That's the question. We will see. The Georgia Bulldogs, they're the default pick for the college football playoff national title game and the conference. Absent quarterback, they have the most complete roster in the league and probably the entire country. So if you settle on a QB, and let's say it's Carson Beck, Mike Bobo is going to do the same exact thing as Todd Monken. tell the kid he has to be efficient enough to do, or just be efficient enough to move the ball and stay out of negative plays. And he'll have the two best receivers in the SEC, which apparently transferred in, and not to mention Brock Bowers. So, I mean, you know, Georgia's got, I think, 3 5-star quarterbacks and another one coming in. But all they ask them to do is just don't lose the game.
Isn't that with pretty much any team? Just quarterback, just stay within the game and don't put us in behind the chains.
Well, sometimes I think that was maybe one of the problems we had with Bo Nix. We asked him, you got to win the game for us.
Right.
Because we didn't have a whole lot else. When you got so much around you, it's amazing how much better you look. Hence, Bo Nix at Oregon.
That's right.
All right, LSU. The quieter things are, the better for Brian Kelly. LSU is trending up in every category, and he did really well for his first year in the league. Well, yeah, I'd say so. They won the West. This is really smart, really talented coach, coaching job staff, and talking to Jaden Daniels is back. He will light it up a lot more. They're really tight to open. Let's see. They're really tight to open the season. Last year, that was, ended up being that wasn't that a loss to Florida State because they couldn't kick an extra point.
Right.
But nonetheless, what do you think about LSU? You think they're picking up where they left off last year?
You would think so. Yeah.
What do you think of Brian Kelly?
I think he's a good coach. I mean, coming to a school like LSU, I mean, recruiting's pretty easy over that way probably at LSU. So if he can get some of the players he's got, he's going to be a force for sure.
No, not a lot of competition. You're the only game in town in Louisiana.
Right.
And they have a lot of really good high school football. How about Ole Miss? This one, whoever this is, I don't know who would be saying this. Maybe that would be a good exercise. Who said it? Lane Kiffin wins games he's not supposed to. He's good enough to make things happen in years where they don't have obvious talent at the right positions. He's honestly one of the 5 best play callers in the history of the game.
Wow.
He's really that good. He's also crazy inconsistent as a head coach. This is a portal team, 110%. Maybe they can see the culture from the very top down and fall into the trap others team do with that mentality.
If you hadn't mentioned Lane Kiffin's name right there, you could have punched in Gus Malzahn's name right there. He won games he wasn't supposed to.
Yep.
We lost games.
Wildly inconsistent.
Yes. I mean, it's almost you were describing him.
One of the 5 best play callers in the history of the game.
I don't know about being 5, but he was a good play caller.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
at times.
Yeah.
Unless we were playing Georgia.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. What do you Lane Kiffin, that good a offensive coordinator play caller?
Well, he knows when a play's going to work because the clipboard goes up in the air and he knows what's happening.
Yeah.
He just knows.
I think he's a master at creating mismatches.
Right.
But I think the going forward on 4th down when you don't have to, and the whole all about analytics or whatever, that seems to be holding him back as much as it is moving the team forward. So, but yeah, I don't think there's any doubt he knows what he's doing, and he can coach offense for sure. Much like a Bobby Petrino.
Yeah, that's right.
Mississippi State, an anonymous coach said, Zach Arnett is a guy a lot of people are really high on, and he was a smart pick to take over. But He's definitely put the transition on hard mode. I think the logic was that you can't run a Mike Leach system or a Leach type offense system without Mike Leach or one of his OC guys. Mm-hmm. So he went in a completely different direction. The problem is that there's a ton of staff turnover, and now you don't have this talent level in personnel to run anything else, at least for this season. I didn't realize that. They were going basically an about face. That is going to make a big difference with Mississippi State. We'll see what happens.
That's right.
Up against a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
OGS Tournaments. Russell Marine and State Farm agent Aaron Warren present Crank for Bank 2023, April 1st through July 4th. Win over $1.5 million in cash and prizes. Over 200 tag bass and 50 tag crappie are waiting on you. All ages are welcome. Fish from the dock, boat, or shores of Lake Martin. Get registered now online at crankforbank.com for only $110 for 13 weeks of fishing. It's Crank for Bank 2023. Coastal Construction Design is the area's storm specialist experts and offers free roof inspections absolutely free to assess your needs. Their roofing experts get your home or commercial needs handled from start to finish. They have worked with all major insurance sources for decades, and they are permitted and approved for Lake Martin. Coastal Construction Design also handles exterior restoration, including siding and gutters. They are also a GAF certified contractor. Visit coastalconstruction.pro or call 251-215-3429. Coastal Construction Design. All things roofing from start to end.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to hear is true, and the names have been changed because Brubaker Motors has sold to Sons Automotive. You heard right. Brubaker CDJR is now Sons Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Montgomery. Furthermore, Sons Automotive is a family business with dealerships throughout the Southeast. The name Sons Automotive is synonymous with trust, and they care about the communities they're a part of. They're excited to serve the River region, and in the interest of justice, you will be served a sentence of big savings. Sons CDJR of Montgomery. Family owned, family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz, brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center, J.H. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Central Alabama Community College. We are looking at some anonymous SEC coaches making some comments about other teams in the SEC. Vanderbilt, who Auburn will play this year, they're getting better, but you have to be realistic. Are they as good a team as a roster there that beats Florida and Kentucky? No. But they hung in long enough to win those games, and they're so much better than that first season. They took such a huge jump from year 1 to year 2 under Clark Lee, but they're going to taper off because of the league. Vandy is what it is, right?
It is. They're smart.
Yeah.
They got good GPAs, and but they're.
We better go to Nashville and take care of business. I've
heard radio games back on when you weren't on TV every game, especially when you're playing Vandy, that we got beat. I remember listening and getting beat by Vandy. That's bad.
I remember very well I think it was a '93 game. We goal line stand.
Yes.
I think we won like 7-0, or maybe it was 3-0.
It was something like
that.
I
forget.
Yeah.
I mean, but that was. I remember distinctly listening to Jim Fife on the call because I don't think there was any TV.
Right.
But that was a close one. Of course, Vandy back in those days, they would sneak up. They weren't a pushover.
Right.
But that's kind of changed now. Arkansas. This is the season where you can really judge the Sam Pittman era, honestly. Chad Morris was an absolute fraud as a head coach, but he did recruit Texas pretty well, at least enough for these guys to develop some of them. Now you're going to see what the roster represents under this staff specifically. Are there cultural issues? They lost coordinators, the tight end coach, who was an alum, and the strength and conditioning coach, who was really popular. I didn't realize that. So no more, what's his name, the offensive coordinator. It escapes me at the moment. Art Briles' kid.
Yep.
Kendall Briles. So no, he's gone. The defensive coordinator's gone. You got any faith in Sam Pittman?
Well, he said after one of the games he liked drinking cold beer every now and then. He did say that, so he's down to earth country boy. So he's probably pretty good fella. He'll do okay.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think seems to me Arkansas may have hit their ceiling.
Yeah, but I mean they're not going to be the bottom of the bunch, but they'll.
Oh no.
Yeah, they'll. You have to line up and beat them. You just don't go walk in there and beat them. You got to get out.
He does seem to have them, like you say, on solid ground.
Yeah, he's a blue
collar.
But
I just don't know what
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going to go from there.
Right.
And then finally, Alabama. Nick Saban shifting back to Kevin Steele has a lot of us guessing how far back they want to go with their look. Golding was a different guy than Nick, and Kirby philosophically, like simulated pressures and split safeties and stuff. So are they just going to go back to the old days? Tommy Reese is under more pressure than he realizes. It doesn't matter that he came from Notre Dame, which is crazy to say, but that's Alabama. I don't think you can look at his Notre Dame stuff as a preview, though. He's going to have way more depth at skill positions, different game entirely. Well, that's for sure.
Is he on, like, Saban rehabilitates coaches from time to time. So is this a rehabilitation time for Coach Steele?
We only had really one bad year, I guess.
Right.
At Miami. But I go back to, that 2007 year. Now, granted, Alabama was not good. Mm-hmm. And their defense was terrible. Mm-hmm. And Kevin Steele moved on pretty quickly.
Yeah, he did.
He was gone after that first year. So I don't quite know what this means for Kevin Steele to come back.
Because he wants to be a head coach somewhere, you would think. He was going to Tennessee, was he not? Was Tennessee looked at him?
I think that was somewhat of a similar situation as Auburn.
Yeah.
Where he was going to try to ease into that head coach, but
yeah,
I don't know. He did a good job at Auburn. That's all I know.
I met him 2 or 3 times. He was always a nice guy, but just
horrendous head coach.
Yes,
just awful. Now, granted, most of it was at Baylor.
Right.
Not a great situation, but
right.
We'll see. If he does what he did at Auburn, then I think they'll be fine.
That's
I
right.
think Pete Golden's numbers were not bad. Everybody just seemed to rub everybody the wrong way. But
that's right.
I say there is some symmetry here.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to the first year, 2007. You had Kevin Steele, and you had the kid from Texas,
Applewhite.
Major Applewhite,
right?
And they were both terrible,
right?
And they fired them both after a year,
right?
Now you got a similar guy, a young guy like Tommy Reese. You got Kevin Steele back. Could be the kind of the wrapping up of that career.
You never know. You never know.
See. We got to take our final break, but we'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday, right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, with 19 years experience, is your trusted choice for construction. Site clearing and grading for new home construction, basement excavation, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 334-531-0199 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
LMG Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 for Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday. Andy and Scott taking you up to 1 o'clock. Kerryon Johnson, back in football now after an NFL career. He is now the director of player personnel at North Alabama, starting his career there. So we'll see what happens with that as he moves on in his career. A lot of Auburn flavor here. Brent Dearman is the head coach at UNA. He was with Gus Malzahn as an analyst, 2013 and 14. Deshaun Davis is the linebacker coach. Jake Bentley was at Opelika.
Yeah.
And had a lot of his father was at Auburn as an assistant, and I think he had kind of had been going to end up at Auburn, and then he ended up back at South Carolina. But
right,
he spent some time at Opelika, so a lot of ties there. Now UNA is now part of FCS football, no longer in Division II, which is now a kind of combination of the Atlantic Sun and the WAC.
They've got a lot going on. My sister lives 15 minutes from Florence, Alabama, where UNA is located up there, and they've got a lot going on up there right now. That school's growing. They've got a lot of spirit. I'm gonna say I got a lot of spirit up there. And these Auburn coaches, they're gonna do well up there.
Yeah, hopefully carry on. Certainly. Just the beginning.
They're not the first Auburn people to be up there. Little Mr. Bowden was up there for a while.
That is true.
Yeah.
On this day, it is June the 23rd, 1981, the longest game in professional baseball history. The Pawtucket Red Sox defeated the Rochester Red Wings 3-2 in 33 innings. The game actually started April 18th, and it was not continuous, but they had to wait and finish the game on this day in 33 innings.
Hope they were keeping good books.
Yeah. That's more than 3 games.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, that's almost 4 games.
That's a long time to watch a baseball game.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, how about those Pawtucket Red Sox?
Can I say something about my get up today? You know,
You
I
look
came
dapper.
out here with my coat and tie on today, not because I wanted to dress up for the Auburn Sports Blitz show, but this is an Auburn show, and so a young lady that passed away this past week, she would have been 93 today. We had her funeral today on her 93rd birthday. Ms. Jewel Smith, huge Auburn family. She and her husband used to feed their son Dave and I at games when we were marching in the band at Auburn back in the 80s. And you did not say anything negative about Auburn around her.
Really?
She would correct you quickly because she was a school teacher, but they loved the huge Auburn family. The whole family's Auburn grads and Auburn fans, and so anyways, shout out to the Smith family today and to Miss Jewel, sweet lady. So I didn't get dressed up just to come up here.
Oh, well,
I had to sing at her service today.
Hey, I mean, a life well lived. She lived a long
93
life
years.
and a good Auburn lady.
I know it.
And a
Sweet
good
lady.
Auburn family.
Sweet
certainly,
folks. Yep.
Think about them, and glad that you were,
Got to be part of it. That's right.
All right, happy birthday today, June 23rd, Art Modell, most hated man in Cleveland. He moved the Browns out to Baltimore. June Carter Cash, wife of Johnny Cash, wrote Ring of Fire, of course.
That's right.
Wilma Rudolph, 3-time gold medal winner, I believe. Great track athlete.
That's right.
Only 54 when she died in 1994. But 1990. Dave Butts. I just like the name.
Big Dave Butts.
Big Dave Butts from Lafayette, Alabama. Hall of Famer. College football Hall of Fame defensive tackle.
Right.
Played for Purdue all the way up in Indiana. But Dave Butts. That's a tough name. Randy Jackson was with Journey for a while.
Yo Dog.
American Idol.
Right.
I still am proud to say I've never seen one episode of American Idol.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
I'm proud of that record, actually.
Well, we enjoyed it this past couple of years. We took a break for many, many years.
Yeah.
When it first came out, we watched it a lot. But we took a break, and then I guess the local Alabama folks were back on it last year, and some folks, and so it made it fun. But this year was not as good as, well, I say it wasn't as good. They didn't have anybody in from Alabama, but the 2 or 3 that were up there in the finals, they could sing. They were very good.
Francis McDermott, are you a fan of Fargo?
No.
No, you didn't see that one?
Mm-mm.
From North Dakota?
Mm.
Okay. That was one of those, like the Coen Brothers movies?
Right.
Pretty good, Fargo. Colin Montgomery, golfer from Scotland. Joss Whedon, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And Angel, The Avengers. How about Chico DeBarge?
Some good old 80s music right there.
Chico, they're like a whole family of
I know
DeBarges.
it. I know it. Lots of colorful costumes or suits.
Chico and his brother were actually picked up for drug trafficking in 1989, and DeBarge kind of
They went away
after that.
They had some of their songs were in some of those 80s movies like Mannequin and some of those. They were in those, yeah.
Robert Brooks, longest pass catch in NFL history, 99 yards. Still. Zinedine Zidane, French soccer player, headbutted a guy in the chest. Selma Blair, lovely. And LaDainian Tomlinson.
I remember him.
Really good player.
Yeah.
Played for TCU.
He did.
That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us this week. For Scott, I'm Andy. Have a great weekend, everybody.
See ya.
We'll talk again soon.